Hannah Wallace and welcome to Finextra TV. Kindly joining us today is Simon Eacott, Head of Payments Innovation and Business Development for NatWest, and we're going to be talking about the payments market. Hello Simon, it's good to see you again. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Fantastic, I'm very well, and we're looking forward to having you at EBAady, and that's really what I want to start off talking about.
Yep.
Why do NatWest thought leaders participate in EBAady? Can you tell me a bit more about your strategic roundtable you have?
Yeah, of course. It's one of the major events on the calendar for us. It's really important for us both strategically and tactically. There's more than 1,000 payment professionals there, from banks, from regulators, and increasingly as well, fintechs. So it's a big event for us. And it's an event where we can do a number of things. It's where we can start to understand a little bit more about what's going on in the market. There's a little bit of thought leadership from us as well, and from learning from others. But the bit that's most exciting for me, I think, this year is a real focus on the fintech agenda. It's great. I've got the opportunity to be a judge at the fintech in the fintech zone over the 2 days as well, and that's a chance for me to just see what's going on there. But it's a really important event to us. So whilst we are predominantly a UK-based bank these days, we do process 1 in 4 of all payments through the UK. So it's strategically important for us, but it also gives us the chance to showcase some of the great innovations that we've got within NatWest as well.
All right, and there's no doubt the payments market is changing at pace. So could you highlight the key drivers shaping the market?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think if you look across banking generally, payments is probably the area that is changing the most. It's the most dynamic. It's the most immediate to all of our customers as well. So it's a really important part of it. I think if you look at the payments market, I think the key word there is disruption, and disruption comes in many forms. But probably the most important to start with for us, at least as an organisation, is where's that disruption coming from? Well, we're doing it to ourselves. We're doing that because we want to, because we want to push the market, and we're also doing it because we have to. The market is changing. So developments like our new digital banks on the small business side called Metal, and on the personal side, Bow, which we're in the stages of launching. Really important examples of where we are innovating for ourselves and disrupting ourselves. If you then look a little bit broader, what's happening in the technology space, the pace with which that's changing is enormous. Keeping up with that, whether it's in the core processing or whether it's in the front-end customer interaction space or artificial intelligence, huge amount of change and pace within technology. You can't ignore regulation, and regulation these days in the payments world is much more now about competition, encouraging innovation. In the UK, we have the Payment Service Regulator who's done a great job of driving that competition agenda, and that's opening up opportunities not just for the market but for the players in the market, and we're doing a lot of work there as well. And finally, and probably most important of all, customer expectations. They're going up all the time. The customers' expectations go up every time they have a new experience. That's where the bar gets set. And so as things happen, things get better. That's where we've got to improve our own services as well. So disruption comes in many forms, and we have to react to it.
Well, certainly some exciting developments there, but looking towards the future, the crystal ball question, as it were, how do you think the payments market is likely to look like in 2025, say? Yeah,
and that's very much what the roundtable is going to be looking at, and I'm really excited about that proposition. It gives me a chance to sort of step away from the maelstrom of what's going on day to day and take that longer look. I think the first thing to say is it will look different. I don't think there's any doubt about that. There's change coming from every quarter, but I think it's just about the pace of change which is perhaps a little bit less certain. If you look at the movement from physical to digital, for example, I don't think we're going to be completely cashless in 2025. From a societal perspective, as much as anything else, and it's important that we get that balance between the societal needs for payments, so that we include everybody with the real drive for innovation. I think things like open banking and PSD2 opening up the market enormously. The pace with which it gets adopted, I think there's a question mark over, but it's starting to develop now. And that will impact on things like card rail usage. It'll start to fragment maybe the merchant acquiring market. I think if you look at things like data, the amount of data that gets produced now, but then the tension between that and privacy, and getting the right balance between the desire to use data with the need to maintain its privacy and stay within the right levels of regulation as well. So there's many things that are going to impact upon it. So as I say, exciting times, and that's one part of EBAady that I'm really looking forward to.
Well, Simon, thank you very much for sharing insights. As always, it's been a pleasure, and look forward to seeing you at EBAady.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching.